Hi everyone, Kayla Jefferson here to give my presentation on artificial intelligence and how we can really implement that into the classroom. So, what is AI? AI is basically a computer's ability to do things like a human could, such as problem solving, reasoning, or even decision making. Ever since the launch of ChatGPT in late 2022, there have been so many other developments that have been coming out. For example, there is a tool called Sora, which is where users are able to put in a text prompt and then they will receive a video based on whatever they typed in the prompt. Another development with AI is another tool called Stable Cascade. With this program, you are able to create a picture based on any prompt that you are putting into the chat box. So, with that being said, there's also many other developments with AI, especially with medicine, school, etc. For example, with AI can be used for early detection in ailments, and that can definitely help when people can't see what's really wrong. The AI is there for us to dig a little deeper. So, what is AI? AI is basically a computer's ability to do things like a human could, such as problem solving, reasoning, or even decision making. Ever since the launch of ChatGPT in late 2022, there have been so many other developments that have been coming out. For example, there is a tool called Sora, which is where users are able to put in a text prompt and then they will receive a video based on whatever they typed in the prompt. Another development with AI is another tool called Stable Cascade. With this program, you are able to create a picture based on any prompt that you are putting into the chat box. So, with that being said, there's also many other developments with AI, especially with medicine, school, etc. For example, with AI can be used for early detection in ailments, and that can definitely help when people can't see what's really wrong. The AI is there for us to dig a little deeper first. With this section, we might be a little familiar with it for the chatbots of AI. So there's two different kinds of chatbots. There's scripted and then there's conversational. With scripted, it's really based on a predefined set of terms based on keywords. They're usually owned by businesses, a doctor's office, frequently asked questions, things to kind of help you get the tasks done for that specific job. However, with conversational AI, that's something that we're seeing more of with ChatGPT, with Perplexity, with Google Gemini. So that is the main difference. With conversational, you are able to interact with it in various ways and more, I don't want to say intimate, but with some applications, it can be a little intimate and emotional. You can use it as an on command tutor, you can use it as really anything to kind of help you with any task that you may be tackling at that moment. This goes with the last slide of the examples of the kinds of different chatbots, but to be a little more specific and to really show you the examples, there is customer support. So ATMs, they help you with your transaction, whether you need to withdraw money, make a deposit, or really whatever the case may be. With travel services, some companies like TripAdvisor, they create an itinerary for you based on what you've been looking for before, based on your recent searches on the app, so it can adapt to your taste and your style, so it can kind of serve you a little more. So for conversational, like I said in the last slide, it can be a little emotional sometimes and a little deep. So some examples of chatbots are ChatGPT, we have Pi, Perplexity, Google Gemini, like I said before, and some of them also have different purposes and uses for them. For example, with ChatGPT, people usually use it to conduct research and generate quizzes, scripts, lesson plans, and help them solve math problems, whatever they really are trying to solve. For another one, There is Pi, and this one is where AI kind of gets a little more emotional and involved. It gives you advice, it's empathetic, it can help you create more complex and emotional writing pieces, and it's I think it's the first AI tool that is empathetic and that can really have that human emotion. For the last example, there is another website called Perplexity, and it can help you with coding assistance. It can help you come up with different ideas, and it also grabs sources from the internet, so it can provide you with where they got this information from, so you can really check to see if it's biased, if it's incorrect, if it's correct. Because with AI, there's a lot of misinformation being put out based on what is put into the algorithm. Now, for our hands-on activity, I would like you all to go to any of the chatbots that are listed below and enter the following prompt. I'm doing this because I want you all to see how students are able to use this to plagiarize their work, whether it's for social studies, math class, science, whatever the case is. This is what I would like. After completing the activity, you probably saw a couple of things. You probably saw that students are definitely able to use this to their advantage and plagiarize work as they please. You can also kind of see and assume that students are able to get whatever answers that they may need. For example, if they're doing math homework, but they really do not know certain equations, they're trying to find that percentage change, all they have to do is just type in their prompt, their question into that bar, and it'll give it to them. But students aren't really learning. It's not work. They're not working with the AI. They're letting the AI work for them. So they can be plagiarizing that homework, writing down that equation, so it looks like they know what they're doing, but although some educators and professionals may be a little weary about using artificial intelligence to help them with certain tasks for whatever reason it may be, there are plenty of amazing reasons and ways to use AI, especially in the classroom. For example, if you are giving a student a paper and you're asking them to analyze the causes of World War One, they're able to one put that into AI, but instead of copying it down, we can instruct them to ask questions to the AI so they can kind of help themselves brainstorm with another. There are many resources that can help us show our students how to really think a little deeper while using AI. So, for example, there is a movie called Her, the 2013 movie, and it has certain clips, not the whole movie. It has certain clips that have many scenes where it can be analyzed for how ethical the use of AI is. For example, in one of the clips, the main character's operating system, Samantha, um, she was discontinued, and the main character, Theodore, was a total wreck. Um, and that we can kind of relate that to how he was emotionally dependent on Samantha, but some students may be intellectually dependent on chatbots and ChatGPT. To wean students off using ChatGPT for bad and really just plagiarizing, what you can do in a classroom setting is have them or give them a prompt and have them type their prompt into whatever chatbot that you're assigning them. And instead of just having them answer a question, have them um, create analyses with the chatbots and kind of help them brainstorm. And in order to really make sure that they're not just copying and pasting whatever the AI bot is giving them, have them take a screenshot of their screen and their responses, and then have them type up their own analysis while conjoining the information that ChatGPT gave them and what they came up with. This can definitely help students see the worth and the value of AI because sometimes it's a little hard for students to think a little deeper and analyze and evaluate. So having that other brain in the learning process can help them generate more responses, more ideas, more. For our last hands-on activity, I would like you to go to wherever content area you're from and choose one or two standards to jot down some exercises that you can use with your students, similar to the last slide. You can just make sure that it's just aligned to a certain standard so you can help the students see the worth and value of AI. By doing this, we are helping the students see how they can use it to their advantage and how they can help themselves come up with bigger ideas and help themselves just excel more in the classroom and intellectually. So in this activity, you probably saw that it was a little difficult to have it come up with good examples, I guess. At least for me, for social studies, I like to be a little more active in the classroom and have a more constructivist approach. So, with that being said, when I want to come up with lesson ideas, what I would put into ChatGPT is please provide me with 4 lesson plans that have a constructivist pedagogical approach for this standard. And then it'll give me lessons based on the pedagogical approach that I really want the students to experience. For example, I teach personal finance, and I wanted the students to have more of a realistic experience in the classroom about what life is going to be like after college and when you're dealing with your own personal finance. So, ideas that it gave me were the one that I really liked the most was that it told me to give the students each a certain credit score or a car or whatever the case may be, and have them look at certain cars and calculate their monthly payment and have them see if they can afford the payment or not. With this, the students get that real life experience, and it's more memorable to them in the classroom. So it really just depends on how you're typing it into the the bar, and I think including your pedagogical approach would definitely benefit you, so you can get more of a closer answer than what the last thing I'm going to ask you to do is to please upload your Google Doc with the ideas of lessons that you got from the chatbots, so other people who are taking this PD can also see how they can use AI to their advantage, and how you can look at theirs and see how they used AI to their advantage in their classroom. So we have one professional learning network where we're all kind of brainstorming and bouncing ideas off of each other and seeing what the other person's thinking.